What's good, Glam Gang? Welcome back. My name is Tehja, and today is episode 1 of 14 Days of a Teezy Valentine. And today I will be making a self-love journal. So if you'd like to know how to decorate your own self-love journal and just see how I do it and all the techniques and processes, please keep on watching to the end of the video. This is a very chill, relaxed video. And also I will have a self-love prompt, journaling prompt at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that as well. Let's get on to it. So this is a book that we're using. It's like a sketchbook from Michael's. They used to cost $5, now they're $6.99, but it's a really good sketchbook, and I like to use these for my journals because it's bigger pages, more space, and also I like hardcover. So I'm first going to take like these two paint colors. I hope you can see. I'm kind of being lazy, and I'm just going to make like a really pale pink, just like barely pink type of white, and that's going to be the base color of the sketchbook. Okay, so now that is done. Hopefully that's enough for the first coat, and then also remove any stickers that are on it. Boom. And then I'm just going to paint. Try to paint as like evenly as possible, and don't worry about the amount of coverage that the paint has, because we will be doing multiple layers of this. So like about 3 layers of it. I'm already getting messy. It's so hard for me to not get messy up in here. Alright, so I will let this dry for about like 20 to 30 minutes and then do 2 more coats with the 20 to 30 minutes drying time in between, and then I'll be back to do the actual decoration. So as my book is drying, I'm going to plan out my design. So I'm just going to like draw a very crooked rectangle and then I'm just going to kind of guesstimate what I want, and that you don't have to draw your stuff, I just want to. Makes sense. And maybe like a rose right here, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to draw that on the book. But this is pretty much the design that I'm going to go with, and we'll just see how it goes. I am going to go get the book and then start drawing out everything on the book, but I will show you how to use stuff that you haven't drawn and still transfer it to the book later on in this video. So now I'm going to just trace out my design, and like don't worry about everything being like so perfect, you know, just do what makes you happy. And then I think I want a rose right here. So oh, y'all couldn't see none of that. I am so sorry. Okay, so I'm going to outline this all in Sharpie so y'all can actually see what I was doing. I thought you can see before. So let me go get a Sharpie, outline everything, and then I'll show y'all my next step, because I do want a rose right here. And so I don't want to draw it from scratch, and I know a lot of people can't draw stuff from scratch. So I want to show y'all how you can use somebody else's art, or like just use a photo to get the designs that you want. So I like to use Sharpies to outline my drawings for my sketchbooks and workbooks and all that stuff, because it's easier than using like black paint and like a thin brush. You can just use a Sharpie and have more control over it. So that's what I'm going to do, except for like the swirly thing that I did that you guys can't see right now, but you will see once I start painting. All right, so I have this rose graphic right here, and so what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to take a pencil and just cover the back with graphite. Preferably a lot, but for me, I'm just lazy, so I'm just gonna do just enough. All right, and then one more pass over. Right, okay, cool. So then we're gonna take our book and then place the rose where we want to place it, and then I think I'm gonna get some tape and put the tape down just so it doesn't move, because the last thing you want is for the rose to move. So what I'm going to do is literally trace the rose And so where you trace it, it should transfer and create like a graphite line as if you drew it yourself. All right, so that's pretty much it for tracing it. So I'm going to lift it up and shablam, you have a rose. So I'm just going to outline it with my Sharpie. Kind of being light with the outline because I don't want to do too much. So that's relatively it. And so I pretty much have everything outlined the way I want it to. So now I'm going to start painting. I'm just going to show y'all real quick. I'm going to be using the red paint first because I don't know, I just want to. And so I'm going to use my little palette and squirt some out. And so now I'm just going to start painting. So I'm just going to carefully paint, trying to like mind my outlines and stuff like that. And also don't worry about messing up because you can just always go over it with paint. And enough layers will cover it up easily. So like I said, I'm just going to use the red first. I'm going to do probably like 2 layers, maybe 3 if I feel like it. But definitely 2 layers just to make sure that the red is opaque enough. Oops. It's actually better to erase your pencil drawings before you put in the paint, only because it does get immortalized into the art. Oops. I really messed that one up. Oh shit. So I'll figure out how to fix it. Alright, so for the rose, I'm going to paint it red, like all the way, and then maybe like do shadows and highlights. I don't know. I'm just being creative with it, but I'm just going to try to not paint over the black as much as possible, even though I probably will just go back over it with black paint because it is more opaque. But at least I have an outline of what I want to do. It's just a purely creative process. It's just whatever. You know, just whatever you want to do, whatever you're going to be happy with, that's the most important. Okay, so for the heart, I'm going to figure out what color I want, because I do have this Martha Stewart color that I think would be really, really cute, but it's a little bit too purple, so I might mix it with the not so purple pink and create a color like that. So see, it's like really purple, so I'm gonna add a little bit of this pink to kind of correct it. Would it be pretty? Yeah, I think that's pretty. I think I'm gonna add a dash of red, like this much, and see if that like makes it a little less cool. It does. Yeah, that's a beautiful color. Because I didn't want it to be too blue tones, but like a hint of it. Okay, really cute. All right, so what I'm going to do now, So I'm taking like these, like a gray and a blue color, and I'm gonna mix them together with white to try and make like a mirror color. Like, I don't know how this is gonna go. So I put down the blue, putting down the gray, like just a little bit of gray. Okay. Okay, I think that's cute. I think I'm gonna add like a dash more blue just to make it, you know, a little bit more color aesthetically pleasing. So I'm just gonna pretty much paint over all of this. This is a perfect color. All right. All right, so that's that. So next is white, and then we're gonna move on to green, and then that will pretty much be it. I still have to figure out what I'm gonna do here, and also this swirl right here. So a lot of figuring out to do, but this is a creative process. Relatively, this kind of low-key looks like butt right now, but I think with the black outline, it's gonna look better eventually. I don't know when. But yeah, okay. So we're just gonna do another coat of that once it dries. But I'm gonna move on to the letters up here. All right, so I finished the white and putting in the white 2 layers. So now I'm going to do the green. So I have this green color, and I'm just going to use it straight like this and do the green for the leaves. All right. Oh, I forgot to do the highlight white. Hold on. I'm going back into the white to do just like the highlight parts. So I got like one right here and then one right here. But I'm going to make that a little bit bigger since over there is my light source is coming this way. Something like that, so it looked like a mirror. All right, so now I am going to move on to the infamous black. I believe that I'm going to do black outlines for the letters, for the cherry, and definitely for the letter, this letter, love letter, and the rose. So you're just gonna watch me outline shit in black. Nothing too crazy, nothing too special. So that's a little thick. That's a little thick. I don't know why in my right mind thought I can do all that. Lord have mercy. All right. I usually outline black better than this, so I don't know why it's so hard for me. Oh, because I'm filming, that's why. Hopefully you can't see my hair either. Wow, this is looking horrible. Horrible. Now what I'm going to do is kind of do this like wave thing. I don't know exactly what I'm going to use for it, but I know it's probably going to be shades and tints of pink. So I'm going to use the pink that we use for the mirror and kind of dip my brush into it and then dip it into some water and then see what happens. Yeah. And then maybe something like this pink with a little bit of white in it. And I'm just kind of like blending the colors together. I don't know. This is just completely a creative process of just like whatever the hell you want to do. Now I'm going into some blue and like, you know, just pretty much watercoloring it almost. Like just kind of like, I wish I did the blue a little bit earlier. Only to like give it some like dimension. So it's just kind of like a love, self-love rainbow or something. I don't know. This is like such a confusing tutorial. This is more of like, watch me do this thing for like the next 20 minutes or whatever, how long whatever this video is going to be. Maybe some like regular of whatever color that was. Yeah. Oh, actually maybe it's just like a whole big ass like I said, self-love rainbow or something. I'm surprisingly liking how this is coming out. I didn't think I was gonna like it like this much, but it's actually like worth helping the color story, and just everything that I want to happen is happening right now, but I won't obviously speak too soon to that. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry. Then I'm just gonna like add like stars to it. And then maybe add a little bit more detail. I have to do this actually. So I'm just gonna like put like some light pink paint on top of the font. So I'm just correcting the font real quick. Okay, that's better. So with all of that, I'm going to add some like details to certain things while this rainbow shit is drying. Then I'll be back. So see ya. Alright, so we're almost done. We're literally almost done. What I'm going to do now is just draw these cute like stars to kind of represent like the magical rainbow of some sorts. And then I'm just going to kind of trace out this 4-pointed star. These are my favorites to draw. I might add some glitter to it I know I'm gonna add rhinestones. Okay, so for my rhinestoning, I'm going to use the Eileen's Jeweled It not nail glue, regular rhinestone glue. I do not like this glue for fabric, but I do want to try it for like stuff that you don't wear, and just see how it goes. But y'all will just watch me rhinestone things. I'm going to be using clear ones for here, and for the mirror, and then red ones to outline the love letter. Kind of like my love letter bag. I'm going to do it the same way, but I'm going to do it with red here instead of the clear. So this is how the journal came out. It's super cute because I was low-key freaking out. Low-key freaking out because I really thought it was going to look a little bit like gimmicky or comic-y, but I really think like the self-love rainbow really like gave it new life and made it all pretty and just glamorous. And I just really love the way that my self-love journal looks, and that I made it myself. Like, oh my god. Like, this is super duper duper pretty. I know everything is like overexposed, but it's super duper duper pretty. You can actually buy this journal in pink at Michael's if you want to, if you didn't want to paint it, but I just didn't have a pink journal to make it into my self-love journal this time around. But like I said, you don't have to do the artwork by hand. I showed you guys how I did the rose, so I didn't have to do it myself. And there's also graphite tracing paper as well that you can use to transfer different art that you want for your journal. So I hope you guys also decorate your own journals as well. Please let me know. Hashtag Teezy Valentine on Instagram and tag me on Instagram so I can see your beautiful work. So I do have to finish the journal. It's not complete yet. I still gotta finish it. I have this Eileen's acrylic gloss sealer that's really good because I used it on another book, and it's really good. I do like 3 coats of this, and then it seals it really nice. The paint doesn't get chipped or anything like that once you seal it. It also doesn't have a sticky residue like a lot of other like ways to seal it. So Like I said, there'll be a self-love journaling prompt at the end of this video and at the end of every video for 14 days of a Teezy Valentine. And this is kind of like my favorite one because it helps me mentally to readjust to how to treat myself. But if you were a small child, how would you treat yourself? How would you show compassion to yourself? How would you nurture yourself as a small child? So you can write that down of how and how you would feel taking care of yourself as a small child. You know, for me, I have a protective, not just protective instinct, but a loving instinct. I have a kind of like maternal-esque instinct when it comes to children. So to be able to reflect that to yourself, which you definitely deserve, it's something that you need to work on in order to unlock that like part of yourself that can allow yourself to be more compassionate and to be kinder to yourself, to be more understanding and forgiving of yourself, because you would be like that if you were a child, you know? So I chose this self-love journal as the first Teezy Valentine video because, number one, like, journals have been a really big part of my self-love journey. It's helped me with a lot and through a lot of stuff, and so I just wanted to share that with y'all of like how to decorate to make it your own and to make you feel good, but also to have something to kind of help you to work on your self-love that's a little bit more tangible. Because for me, it's really helped me to be able to write out my thoughts, write out my feelings, do self-discovery work, do different like activities and worksheets and all that stuff to help me to discover myself and to love myself and have more compassion with myself. Like, everybody says to love yourself, but no one tells you how. And so this is part of my how. So if you have any questions about the journal or the prompt or anything like that, let me know in the comments down below and I will help you out. And then hopefully you can do these self-love prompts in your self-love journal. That is it for this video. So as always, please love yourself and I will see you next video. Tomorrow will be episode number 2. Oop, 2. Mwah.